Most people think dental implants are a one-time investment that will last forever. They're the gold standard. They're the closest thing to a natural tooth, and they can last for decades. The problem is those decades aren't always guaranteed, and if the conditions aren't right, what starts as a simple solution can turn into a long and costly journey. So in this video, I'm going to show you the problems you might run into, the hidden costs you might be unaware of, and the lifelong maintenance you're probably not expecting. So let's walk through it. A dental implant is not just a procedure, it's really a journey. And typically, when you start this journey, your focus is on things like the surgery, the surgeon, how much pain to expect, or even the type of implant. And of course, all those things are important. But the real outcome of a dental implant, how it will function, look, and feel in your mouth, is actually determined by something else. Something most patients never hear. I call it the 3 P's of implant success: parts, person, and preservation. So let's start with the first P, parts. And this is where you may get your first surprise. Patients usually assume there's a single fixed cost for implants, but the real final cost depends on each patient's individual needs. Sometimes a tooth has to be removed first. Sometimes bone grafting is needed. Then comes the implant, the abutment, and the crown. On top of that, there are scans, x-rays, and follow-up visits along the way. What looks like a simple number in the beginning often becomes significantly higher once the full picture is clear. And that's the number that actually matters to you. But cost is only the first challenge. Another thing that surprises many patients is that getting a dental implant isn't a quick fix. From the time the tooth is removed to the day the final crown is placed, the whole process usually takes several months, with periods where you're simply waiting for the bone and gums to heal. In many cases, it's possible to have a temporary tooth, so you're not left with a gap while you wait. But waiting several months for the whole treatment to be over can be a real inconvenience. And that's only the start of the journey. What matters even more is what happens after the implant is in function. Dental implants are exposed to strong chewing forces, and over time, complications can happen. The crown can chip or crack, screws can loosen, and components can wear down. These issues are usually fixable, but they still require maintenance, time, and cost. Which brings us to our most important P, person. Whether an implant is suitable in the first place depends heavily on the patient's condition. Think of it as 3 different groups. The first group includes people who are good candidates for dental implants. Their body is able to heal properly, the risks are low, and the chances of long-term success are high. The second group is much more nuanced. These patients can still have implants, but the treatment becomes less predictable and the chances of complications increase. Things like smoking, poor oral hygiene, a history of gum disease, uncontrolled diabetes, or insufficient bone all fall into this group. Then there's a third group of patients who simply shouldn't get dental implants because their body isn't able to heal properly or the risks are just too high. For example, people who've had radiation therapy to the jawbone, take certain medications that affect bone healing, have severe immunosuppression, or whose jaw growth isn't yet complete. But even when healing is successful, it does not guarantee lifelong success. One of the most important long-term issues is bone loss, and it affects not only the longevity of the implant, but also how it looks in your mouth. When it comes to bone loss around implants, there are 2 situations worth understanding. The one that happens throughout life and the one caused by peri-implantitis. And I know what you're thinking. Dental implants are known for preventing bone loss, and they do a very good job, but over time, bone level naturally decreases with age. This bone loss happens from the top, while the implant is anchored lower down in the bone, so the bone and the gums shrink around it, and in some cases the metal of the implant can become visible over time, making the tooth look less natural. Now the other type of bone loss is caused by peri-implantitis. This is a serious gum infection that damages the bone supporting a dental implant. Think of it as gum disease but for artificial teeth instead of natural ones. And just like periodontitis, this process is driven by bacteria and plaque buildup around the implant. What usually happens is that a pocket forms around the implant. This is a narrow gap that starts slowly and silently without you even noticing. But if it progresses without treatment, it becomes deeper and more destructive and may even lead to implant failure. And finally, the last P. And this one is critical: preservation. A common misconception is that because implants don't get cavities, you don't need to worry about them. But while they don't decay like natural teeth, they can absolutely develop inflammation and infection in the surrounding gum and bone. The truth is, implants are high maintenance. Consistent daily care is essential if you want to keep your implant healthy. This is because the space between the gum and the implant crown is often deeper and less accessible than around a natural tooth. That means plaque doesn't just sit on the surface. It builds up in areas that are harder to see and harder to clean with a regular toothbrush. And if the implant is a part of a bridge where multiple teeth are replaced and connected, cleaning becomes even more challenging. That's because all the teeth are joined together as one piece. And since they're connected, it's not possible to floss between them. You often need specific tools just to properly clean underneath and around the structure. That's why I've put together a free oral hygiene routine specifically for people who have implants or bridges, or are planning to get them. It shows you exactly which tools to use, all the steps in the right order, and how to clean around your implant properly to keep it healthy for years to come. If you'd like a copy, you'll find it in the description. It's completely free. Research shows that patients who maintain excellent oral hygiene and attend regular dental checkups tend to keep their implants for decades, while those who don't often run into problems much earlier. So don't think the journey ends when the crown is placed. This is where the real work begins. And if you're embarking on this journey, here's what I believe will make it much smoother. First, always ask for the full treatment plan and the total cost. Not just the implant itself, but everything involved from start to finish. Extractions, bone grafting if needed, the final crown, appointments, scans, everything. That way you can be prepared and avoid surprises. Second, be open with your dentist about your medical history. Smoking, diabetes, gum disease, medications, everything matters. These details help your dentist understand how likely the implant is to succeed over time and what type of follow-up you may need afterward. Third, understand that your daily oral hygiene becomes even more important with dental implants than with natural teeth. Cleaning properly is not optional, is what protects them long term. And finally, regular maintenance is not something you do only when there is a problem. It is part of the treatment. Checkups, professional cleanings, and x-rays help catch issues early before they turn into more serious complications. The key takeaway is this: you're not just signing up for a procedure, but for a long-term commitment. And having that understanding already puts you ahead. If you struggle with your teeth and want to learn the insider tips most patients never hear, make sure to subscribe. And if you're deciding between a dental implant and a root canal, watch this next. And I'll see you there for another fresh take on every bite. See ya!